the second episode of NieR Automata version 1.1a got released, and it was insane. I personally would say it was way better than the first episode. And if they can hold up the level of quality, I'm pretty sure the anime has the potential to become a masterpiece. The visuals in this episode were amazing, like in the first one. There was luckily only one part with CGI, which still looks bad. I mean, it's the second episode, so there won't be any improvement. If there is even any improvement, or will be any improvement, maybe. But the non-CGI scene looked really beautiful, just like in the first episode. So, what do we get in this episode? For me, most importantly, we got to hear the ending song. Why, you might ask, is this for me the most important thing? Well, pretty easy. The ending song is performed by amazarashi, and I just fucking love amazarashi. Their music is just so damn fucking insane and perfect. But yeah, anyways, what did we got in this episode actually? We saw some parts of the city ruin, the bunker, and the abandoned factory. And well, technically some parts of the desert zone, but the desert zone was just the little hidden oasis and the area where the machine life forms are creating the egg where Adam gets born soonish. So, the episode starts off with a message from the Council of Humanity. There's nothing really special about the message itself, but we can see 5 different Yora androids standing in different locations. The first is a female Yora android located at the desert zone at that hidden oasis I mentioned before. I was first curious about her outfit, but turns out, according to the game, it's just a standard armament. Because I never saw this outfit before, so I thought this might be something exclusive to the anime, but nope. I checked it and there are like 3 or 4 areas in the bunker where androids are wearing this, so yeah, nothing special actually. So after that we see a male android and a female android inside what looks like a warehouse. There's nothing really special about them, or at least nothing that I can notice, so maybe we get to see more of them, maybe not. Time will tell. And lastly, we can see 2 female androids, which we can actually meet in-game. On the left we can see 8B, and on the right we see 22B. They are both deserted Yora androids, and you have to kill them in the Yora Betrayer quest. After that, the intro starts to play. Right after the intro is over, the picture book story Spirit of Fire starts to play. Spirit of Fire is a reference to the story The Fire of Prometheus, which tells the story of the machine P-33, or also known as BP. You might know him when you played NieR Replicant. After the events of NieR Replicant, BP gained a massive amount of intelligence. He later on launched himself into space, and as he was leaving, he saw the machine lifeforms fight an endless and needless war. So he decided to give them the gift of higher intelligence, which gave them emotions and the meaning of life. After that, the scene changes to the city ruins, where we can see several destroyed machine lifeforms laying on the ground, with the focus on a medium biped. Medium biped is actually the official name of this type of machine form, so it's a strange name, but we have to go with it. The whole part is filled with references towards the NieR Automata DLC 3C, 3C, 1D, 11944, 0927, or more accurately, to the story that you experience in that DLC, which is the story of Plateau 7028. And there are some references to the music video, Deserving to Live. Plateau 7028 was a medium biped as well. However, he was a defective unit. His motors were malfunctioning all the time, but most importantly, he despised violence, which is not good if you're made to kill and be a combat weapon. So yeah, because of all this, the other machine lifeforms made fun of him. One day he found a small doll in an abandoned factory and he decided to take care of it. And the doll eventually became his friend. Due to the war, one day the factory got blown away, and with that the doll got destroyed as well. Because of that, Plateau went crazy and killed everyone. It didn't matter if it was a machine life form or an android. He was later on captured by the other machine life forms, and they examined him and threw his body away after they were done. However, Plateau 7028 isn't dead. He's watching the real world from a memory space. What exactly his memory space is unclear. Maybe it's just kind of like he's still in the network of the machine life forms, but he just doesn't have a physical body anymore. They found out that the reason that Plateau 7028 went crazy was because the destruction of the doll. Because the doll was his only friend, and, well, with the destruction, his only friend was gone. So he went berserk. Kinda logical. So in order to prevent something like this to happen again, the machine life forms decided to destroy every doll they can find. That's kind of like the rundown of the story of Plateau 7028. There is more information, but that's not relevant right now, or in this case not relevant because there are no really references to those information, so I might gonna make a video about him at some point, maybe. I say this kind of like for every character and will never make such videos, but maybe at one point. Anyways, back to the anime. We can see the booting sequence of the medium B-pipe, which is exactly the same as the one in the beginning of the music video. The most notable visual malfunction of Plateau 7028 was his right arm. And this medium B-pipe has also a malfunction in the right arm. We can see him scan the corpse of a resistance member, showing that his objective is to destroy all dolls. After that, we can see him walk back to the abandoned factory. Inside the factory, we see even more references. The path he walks is the same as you walk in the DLC. There's even the Goliath flyer transporting the upper body of an Engels in the background. There's also the logo of amazarashi itself in the factory, which is pretty neat. I'm not sure if this is intended or not, but at the part where we can see him getting his right arm fixed, he's standing at the same position as Plateau 7028 did at the start of the DLC. After that, we can see him controlling some machines in the control room. Followed by this are two conveyor belt scenes, which makes it then obvious that this should be a reference music video deserving to live. Later on, we can see the medium B-pipe pick up a book that fell in front of him, which he later on will read. Inside the book there was also a bookmark with a lunarty on it. The book is called Phaedon, which is written in Greek letters on the cover of the book. The book was written by Moses Mendelssohn and published in 1767. Mendelssohn was a German Jewish philosopher born to a poor Jewish family in Dessau. He educated himself in German thought and literature. Later on, he wrote the book Phaedon, which was modeled on Plateau's dialogue, with the same name, Phaedon. The subject of Plateau's dialogue was the immortality of the soul. This whole scene is followed by another picture book story. I don't remember this picture book to be in the game, so from the picture book we learn that the machine life forms start to enjoy learning, which is followed by a picture of multiple machines being inside the library, which looks like it's the one from a NieR Replicant. We also see different historical references, and a fucking Drakengard 1 reference. Just like last episode, I said there was Drakengard-ish stuff, yeah? And I'm gonna say it again, this year is the 20th anniversary of Drakengard. We will get remakes or a Drakengard 4, I'm sure of it, but I'm hoping, okay? I have my hopium. I'm sure we get Drakengard remakes or Drakengard 4. Okay? Okay. Before this, though, we see parts of the text appearing on the screen. It most likely says, "My name is Plateau 7028. I am a general failure." Plateau 7028 was referring to himself as a general failure multiple times. So this will most likely spell out Plateau 7028. But yeah, it's unclear. It's also unclear if the medium B-pipe is actually Plateau 7028 or not, but my guess would be it's a different one. It might be like Plateau 7028 was maybe Plateau in this kind of like scenario, and this medium B-pipe could be Moses Mendelssohn, maybe. Just a guess, maybe. It's maybe. We will see, I guess. Or maybe not. Spoilers. We can see him reading Faden on the top of the TV tower from the DLC. He goes back to the city ruins and finds the Lunatia. He picks the flower up, but it eventually dies. We can see him getting an error message, saying that there is an error in his emotion matrix, and his eyes change from red to yellow. The bee-pet started to care for the flower, similar to how Plateau started to care for the doll. In the next few scenes, we can see how the bee-pet starts to cultivate his own flowers. Even the images from the TV tower change to flowers. Over the time, the city ruins start to fill with flowers, and we can even see a butterfly. The scene changes to a different part of the city ruins, where we can see a group of resistance members looting a container. For the first time we can see Lily, a character that only appeared in the stage plays so far. She is the leader of this group of resistance members. And with that, the first half of the episode ends. The second half starts with the booting sequence of 2B, where 2B tells Nines that his voice puts her to ease. And Nines wants to say the same thing, or most likely, but he gets interrupted by 2B, saying that they were called by Commander White. And just like in the game, they are sent to Earth, where they have to rendezvous with the resistance camp. Back on Earth, the resistance group, led by Lily, is getting attacked by a group of machine life forms. The medium bee-pet is caught in this attack as well. The attack ends with the machine life forms getting bombed by 2B and 9S. The medium bee-pet gets blasted off a cliff and lands in front of a Lunatia. His eyes change from yellow to green before shutting down and falling into the ravine. The episode ends with 2B and 9S meeting up with Lily's group. Interestingly, the first time Lily sees 2B, she calls her number 2. Kinda like how Amona did when she first saw 2B. But yeah, that's it for this episode, or for the second episode. I'm still not entirely happy with how this format is. I'm still gonna change stuff. I don't want to spoil too much of the episode so that you guys still have to actually watch it and not just have to watch these videos. So yeah, I'm maybe gonna change few stuff for the next episode. When I will make one, I'm still not sure. I don't want to force myself to make every week an episode. So yeah, we will see how this will turn out, this whole thingy here. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have a good rest of the day, evening, morning, whatever time zone you're in. And I wish you a good day and glory to mankind.